Hello and a very warm welcome to 3.2 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. Here are the news headlines. Cryptocurrencies trade flat amid fresh Fed warning. Bitcoin stays above $19,000. BlackRock plans a new ETF for Metaverse products. US DOJ warns Celsius withdrawals to remain closed. US Securities Regulator accuses two firms of crypto pump and dump scheme. Paradigm leads $11.8 million funding round into Web3 Firewall Blowfish. Uzbekistan introduces monthly fees for crypto companies. Fintech app Eco to convert user balances from US dollars to USDC. And now the news in detail. Cryptocurrencies traded flat amid sticky inflation data and fresh Federal Reserve officials' comments on harsh steps to curb rising prices. Bitcoin, however, firmly traded above $19,000. US Securities had a dreary day with the tech-heavy Nasdaq, the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average declining 0.8%, 0.9% and 1.2% respectively. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Index results, a closely watched measure by the Federal Reserve for August released Friday, spooked investors already fretting about high inflation. The core personal consumption expenditure, the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of US inflation, was hotter than expected in August, rising 4.9% on a year-over-year basis after increasing 4.7% in July. US Federal Reserve Vice Chair Lael Brainard on Friday reiterated the central bank's commitment to taming inflation, even at the expense of a hard economic landing. Bitcoin was recently trading at around $19,400, down 0.4% in the past 24 hours. Ether, the second biggest cryptocurrency, traded around $1,320, down 0.4% in a similar time span. All other major altcoins traded mixed. The world's largest exchange-traded fund issuer is taking another step into cryptocurrencies with the filing of a new Metaverse product just months after launching a digital assets fund. BlackRock is aiming to track companies that have exposure to the Metaverse via the iShares Future Metaverse Tech and Communications ETF. The fund will likely include firms that have products or services tied to virtual platforms, social media, gaming, digital assets, augmented reality, and more. BlackRock recently partnered with crypto exchange Coinbase Global to make it easier for institutional investors to manage and trade Bitcoin, making waves in the crypto market. A US trustee reporting to the Department of Justice is arguing against Celsius plans to reopen withdrawals pending more extensive investigation. On September 1, Celsius requested authorization to release $225 million in its custody program and withhold accounts. US Trustee William K. Harrington, however, objected to Celsius's plans to reopen withdrawals for certain customers with respect to certain assets held in custody and withhold accounts at least until the independent examiner's report has been filed. The examiner report will detail whether the company commingled funds and why there was a change in its account offering in April 2022. The US Securities and Exchange Commission has filed charges against Bermuda-based Arbitrade Limited and Canada-based Cryptobontics for carrying out an alleged pump and dump scheme involving a crypto asset called Dignity or DIG. The two firms allegedly falsely claimed between May 2018 and January 2019 that Arbitrade had acquired and received title to $10 billion in gold bullion and that the company planned to back each DIG token issued and sold to investors with $1 worth of this gold. The SEC claims the gold acquisition transaction was a ploy to boost demand for DIG, allowing the company's officials to sell at least $36.8 million of DIG, including to US investors at inflated prices. Crypto investment firm Paradigm led an $11.8 million funding round into Blowfish, a firewall provider looking to help Web3 firms fight off the cyber attacks that can often plague their products and services. Blowfish will allow wallet providers and custodians to offer users real-time warnings and human-readable transaction context. Blowfish, which is already available on the Solana, Ethereum, and Polygon blockchains, plans to use the funding to expand to new systems and upgrade its fraud detection engine. Dragonfly, Uniswap Capital, Hypersphere, and Ravikant Capital also contributed to the investment round. Uzbekistan now requires licensed cryptocurrency companies in the country to pay monthly fees that will mostly go towards the state budget. The new rules set out by the National Agency of Prospective Projects, the Ministry of Finance, and the State Tax Committee of the Republic of Uzbekistan are already in force, according to an official document. The document also lays out proportionally smaller payments required from cryptocurrency stores, custodial services, mining pools, as well as individual miners. According to the new rules, 80% of the monthly fees paid by crypto users and companies will go to the country's budget, while the rest will go to the treasury of the National Agency of Prospective Projects of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Companies that fail to pay the new fee will face penalties, including the suspension of their licenses. Eco, a fintech savings and spending app, intends to change user account balances from dollars held at Prime Trust into USDC that will then be kept at Zero Hash, a digital settlement service. Eco recently sent out a message informing users of the impending transition and requesting their acceptance of new conversion terms by October 24. Users' account features will be disabled if they reject the terms. That's all in the news today. This is me, Vishakha, signing off. And for more such updates, keep watching 3.2 TV.